Hey folks, for my very first video review here, I decided to shoot for the stars and review something that's probably never been reviewed before. And so I give to you Technician Hunter. Now this game is not listed on BoardGameGeek, and the last hour or so of Googling has yielded 0 results as to any sort of origin story for this game. I can kind of only make guesses as to what its intended purpose was. The best I can come up with is some sort of gift or raffle prize for folks who are looking to do this sort of heavy machinery buying and selling safety type stuff. This game was developed by Mad Graphic Designs for the AEMP Foundation, which is the Association of Equipment Management. Now you'll notice up in the right hand corner there it says Special Edition. I do not know what the normal edition looks like, but you're looking at the Special Edition. Then down here in the lower left, I thought this was pretty interesting. It's got a little disclaimer here. May require adult supervision, and math skills are not necessary, but may be helpful. So a little forewarning on the front of the game box for you there. Now, moving on to the game components, you'll notice that this board is very Monopoly-esque. You've got your spaces around the outside of the board, a couple decks of cards there in the center, and players are basically going to be moving around the outside of the board much like they do in Monopoly. However, they have improved upon Monopoly in the sense that there is no roll to move, and we'll get to how that works here in a moment or two. Moving over here to the player pieces, they're just simple standees. Everybody starts off as an apprentice there, and then throughout the game, you are going to be able to increase your standing, get promotions in the company, etc. And you will be able to go from an apprentice to a technician, from a technician to an equipment superintendent, from an equipment superintendent to an equipment manager, and then finally to a certified equipment manager. You'll notice there are 6 different colors. That is because 6 players can play this game. The game also came with 6 golf pencils, as well as enough standees for each of the little cardboard pieces there. Moving over here to the pad, this is basically what the players will use to track their progress through the game. Your objective in this game is to purchase each of the items listed here and then sell those items as well. The first player to do so and have at least a technician level job in the company wins the game. You'll also notice there is some paper money here, denominations of 10, 20, 50, 100, and 500. A little bit bigger than Monopoly money. Nice little bulldozer there on the front, Technician Hunter up top. Not easily confused with legal tenders, so I think it gets the job done. Moving over here to the rule book. It's the back of the rule book. It's exactly 4 pages long. Page 1, page 2 and page 3, and page 4. You'll notice there were no pictures. They didn't want to confuse anybody. Now, as far as rules go, your players are basically going to start over here at the Start Apprentice spot. You'll notice you're collecting $150, not $200. But you'll also notice that the spaces immediately surrounding the corner spot there also allow you to collect money. It's the same with each corner spot on the board. Safety. This one was helping a customer, and the bottom one down here is continuing education / experience. I do apologize for the glare. Now, not all of the spaces will give you money. Some of them will require you to pay a fee of some sort. You'll notice here an equipment superintendent makes an average of $55,000 to $120,000 a year. This is an example of a space. There are a lot of these spaces around this board here that are essentially just facts. Try to increase your knowledge as you play this game. I believe it was some sort of teaching aid, maybe a study guide. I'm not sure. But a lot of facts basically around the board. Off-highway trucks can hold up to 241 cubic yards. It's equal to about 30 automobiles. Here we have a space advanced to an equipment superintendent. So if you are a technician and you land here, you will be able to increase your standing in the company, and then you also get $150. So these spaces here are how you will work your way up the ladder, so to speak. Now, how does a round go? Again, players start here. First player will draw a technician card, and then resolve the technician card. Move ahead 12 spaces, pick up the cone card. So you'll move around the board 12 spots, come down here, pick a cone card, and resolve it. Safety seminar, receive $60 for good attendance. Get $60 from the bank. It goes to your initial $1,500 that you get to start the game with, and then it's the next player's turn. They will do the same thing. They will draw a technician card. Move ahead 8 spaces. Pick up the hard hat card. They'll move around the board, then they'll grab a hard hat card. Management awards you $100 for a job well done. You'll get another $100. Play like this continues, player by player, moving around the board, drawing a card, resolving, etc. You'll eventually get to cards that will say, repair a broken track, or repair some piece of equipment, and then repair a track $100. If you have $100, you can repair the track. You will come over here to your pad and put a check in the track column or section there in the column. So you've purchased that to repair and move on. Now, how do you sell? There are no cards in here that actually say sell. What happens is if you were to get another card that says repair a track and you've already got a check for that item, repair any item or purchase an item, and you've already put a check in your column for purchasing that, you can then sell that item to the player to your left for $50. If they already have it, or if they've already purchased one rather, then you can sell it to their left, and so forth and so on, until you've gone all around the board, or rather all around the table. If every player already has one, you can sell it to the bank for $50 regardless. So that's how you sell items. Play will continue as such until one player has sold and, has purchased and sold all of the equipment on their pad. And if they are at least a technician in standing, then they will win the game. Pretty simple game. I would guess with 4 players, maybe 2.5 hours. Maybe not. It might pick up pretty quick if once everybody gets the hang of playing the game. If there's really any kind of hang to get. It seems pretty simple. I have not actually played it, but might get it to the table eventually. Just for the sheer fact of saying that I've played it. Again, this game is not on Board Game Geek, and I have not found any other information about it on the internet at all. So if anybody wants to offer up some information as to what this game is about, why it was developed, who it was intended for, that type of thing, I would love to hear more about it. Came across a copy from a coworker, and well, I decided to make this video.